Hey, Scrappy Peeps, it's Suzanna here today for the Scrap Room, and I am sharing with you a sketch-inspired layout using the December Flavors of the Month kit, and I am using Cartabella. This is what the sketch resulted in. I did go a little circle crazy and added a couple other circles. This is actually a sketch that I created, and I stuck with the circles. I thought that maybe I might use stars and do something a little bit different, but I went with the circles. I really liked this plaid background, and I decided that it needed muting a little bit though, to just add a softer feel to it, but I did want one of the circles to be that actual background. So I have a piece of vellum, and I'm going to trim that down so that you can see the plaid, and that is going to frame the layout. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my circle dies, and I'm just going to sort of lay out the layout. I have already pre-cut my pictures. I converted these to black and white. We are wearing the hats from our Christmas crackers. And there are lots and lots of colors in this, and the color competed with the red, white, and black from the collection. And so what I wanted was to, well, what I did was I converted the photos to black and white in order to let the photos stand out on the pattern papers and not compete with that. And because of the different sizes of our hats and perspectives on our photos, that is why there are different size circles. I also just really wanted to add to the different size circle effect. So I'm tracing this, and because it is on a larger piece of paper than my manual die cut machine, I'm going to have to manually cut that out. And so I'm just going to use my scissors and cut that traced line. This is what enables me to have that plaid showing in the background there. And I really like the way that that sort of adds and gave a different effect of the sketch. So going to these Christmas crackers. So my mom is English, not American mutt English. She was born and raised born in England. And so I have a lot of English customs that I was raised with, as well as Chinese customs because my dad is Chinese. And so one of the things that has stuck with me are English crackers at Christmas, and every year, whether it's 4 of us, 8 of us, 12 of us, we have our Christmas crackers and have fun with that. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to run upstairs, and I'm going to just stitch the vellum down onto that plaid. Unfortunately, my sewing machine really needs to be taken in and taken a look at because I can't get the tension right. I've messed with the tension buttons, but it is what it is. I'm going to live with it. I'm not going to stress about it. But I did sew the vellum down. So now it's time to run all of the different pattern papers through my manual die cut machine and add the circles to this along with the photos. I did take, you can see my cell phone to just peeking out of my die cut machine there. I did take a picture of this before I went upstairs and sewed everything because I do want to generally get the alignment of how I had laid things out a little. That is what I had intended, and so that was kind of my roadmap to what it was that I was doing there. So I've cut the elves and the snowmen, the gnomes as we call them in our house, out, and I didn't like that huge amount of black in there, so I'm going to use that same circle and cut it smaller and cut out the gnomes and the snowman. So that there will still be black there, but it won't be quite as glaring. I'm going to minimize the amount of that. So run that through the die cut machine there, and then work on that. So you can see I still have the cascading circles that move down the page. However, they do take up a bit more of the page. And because I've decided to frame the layout with the pattern paper as well as the width of my cascading circles, I have decided to eliminate that line that I put down the sketch, that small skinny border on the left-hand side. The point of that small skinny border was really to offset the weight of the goodies on the right-hand side of the page, but I don't really need to do that, and so that is why I've done something a little bit different. So this is going to be the second largest circle, which will be these red trees. And that will go almost slap bang in the middle of the cascading circles there. What happened was I had actually put this on those circles are, sorry, those trees are on the back side of the 4x6 cards, and I really liked them and thought that I might use that for another layout. So I tried to find a card that I was least likely to use there. So I have a sticker, and I'm going to back that with Gina K foam adhesive, and I'm going to pop that. Those of you who know me know that I like to have some popped elements off of my pages, and so that is going to be the sort of the texture, and trying to find a home for that there. Now, you can see that there is a bit of a gap between the photo of my son in the top right and my husband, and I don't really like that empty space that's in there, but I know that I can use sequins or stickers and other things to fill that, and that is ultimately what I am going to do. This is a die. This is a Tim Holtz die. I actually picked it up from Hobby Lobby with a coupon, but you can get it. I saw it at Tuesday Morning recently, so you may want to check your Tuesday Morning if you have one of those. So I'm using the cardstock that comes with this. This is Storm. With the Flavor of the Month collection, and I am using that to add, again, a little bit of texture. I like the way that the snowflakes break the circles. So in the sketch, I have used hearts as that variety. In my layout, I'm going to use snowflakes as well as, so snowflake stickers as well as the pattern paper snowflakes that are here, and that is going to break the variety of those cascading circles there. I want one for the bottom to just provide that added weight to the bottom of the page to even out the weight that moves from top to bottom. And I just wanted a partial one. I knew that, so I just used a smaller piece of cardstock there in order to be able to do that. And then I needed that last circle to close off the bottom of the page there. And just as the title goes here in the sketch, I'm sticking true to the sketch there, and I am going to use the title in that same spot there. I love this die, but it does take a lot of weeding, picking out all of those innards of it, and that is what I am working on here. So this is a Cartabella Merry Christmas collection, and this is one of the 4 flavors of the month in the Scraproom kit this December. I love these Christmas collections that Rochelle has used. There's Cartabella, Merry Christmas, Doodlebug, Christmas Magic. So for those that prefer something a little bit different, that is what fills that bucket. Heidi Swap, Winter Wonderland, and I'm sorry, this is not Merry Christmas Cartabella. This is PhotoPlay Kringle. My mistake. Yeah. So I don't know why I have it in my head that I knew I was not using Cartabella. But I have used Cartabella Merry Christmas. So be sure to check out my social media for that. And then be sure to check out all of the other design team work that's coming at you this year. Or this month. This is a sketch challenge. You are free to play. We would love for you to play. I, in particular, would love for you to play because this is my sketch. You do not have to subscribe to the Scraproom Kit Club, but we would love for you to do that. And if you are a new subscriber and you put my name in the comment box, Rochelle would love to send you a little extra something to say thank you for subscribing. I love these kits because they give different tastes of all of the collections, and I usually find that when I buy the whole collection, I don't need the whole collection. It's just my greed and my I want. So what's really nice about these kits is that you get a sample, and it's really truly just enough. So now I've committed to all of the upper portion of this layout, and I am just going to glue all the rest of it down. I had really wanted to incorporate the twine into this layout somehow, but the twine and the circles don't really go. In my head, I had the idea that I would outline one of the circles in the twine, but instead what I end up doing is I just take a fine black tip pen, and I'm going to outline the top plaid circle and then the bottom plaid circle there. So you can see I will pull out the twine. This is where I do the title work. There's that twine sitting on that Christmas tree paper. And then I'm going to intersperse the snowflakes around the page, and you can see how I use the snowflake in that gap in there to fill that empty space. I will actually move that snowflake and I will end up putting sequins in instead. So trying to figure out how I'm going to get Christmas crackers into the title there, into that gap there. So I have black letter stickers from Ellie's Studio, and they are going to be what says crackers, and I am going to put them around the arc of that bottom circle there. So that Christmas, which is the sticker from the add-on, is that the add-on? Yes, that is the add-on, embellishment add-on. So that Christmas kind of is in an arc, so that sort of goes together. And so I'd wanted to fill that plaid, but the problem is if I'd filled that plaid, I would have removed some of the lighter elements in the layout, and it needed that lightness to balance out with the darks that are in this collection. So see, I really wanted to use that twine, the black and white twine, but I couldn't make it work. I could have tied a bow, but I would have just been using it because I wanted to use it, not because it really needed a bow. And now I have some Spiegelmom scrap sequins. If you follow my work, you know I used to design for Spiegelmom scraps, so I have a plethora of it. I have two collections here. I have Country Christmas and Snowy Fields, and I'm going to mix the red, white, and black and adhere those down. And I like the way it fills the spaces. I like the way that it adds some shimmer to the layout, and I like the way that it also adds texture to the layout. So I'm going to get my Ultra Bond with the fine tip metal applicator and just adhere those down. So again, this is PhotoPlay Kringle collection that I am using for the scrap room. Be sure to check out the close-ups that are about to follow. If you have any questions about the Kit Club, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. Enjoy the close-ups, and I hope you're having a Merry Christmas season. Take care.